Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Veteran Center of Excellence. Lord have mercy. On this 19 March 2026 in the year of our dumpster fire. How are you guys doing today? It's the Sergeant's Time. You'll start with WTF Moments. WTF Nation Radio, of course, giving you all the streets. Army-wise. This is the professional development / LPD / Army policy update / I should be playing the Lemon Pound Cake. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about playing the Lemon Pound Cake song from Afro Man. It's going to be a Monday edition show, a Monday edition conversation. But God, it's like, whoop, whoop. So we're going to talk. It's like we're spying on Facebook. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see a bunch of chat. Look, guys, if you go to the WTF Nation Radio's YouTube page, all the messages from all the other platforms will go into the WTF Nation Radio's YouTube chat. So I'll be able to see them. I'll be able to see all of them. And so I personally think that it's I don't want to say it's mo fun, but it's good to see the chats in there, and it's good to see who the stream favorites and all that. So, man, we got some. What is this? What is this? What's this? If you can't pay your bills or you are in debt, message me with the world. Amen. What is this? What in holy crap is going on with this? Hang on. I'm gonna try to find out where is this being played at? Many families are struggling. Oh, I see it. It's on the main page. All right. Let me go in there and remove the bots. Where is that bot at? Oh, here we go. All right. Hang on. Let me pull this up. That's so freaking crazy. That bot just like literally just popped right in there. I will just do this. I have the power to ban from the stream. Not all live streams. Just ban from the stream. Actually, no, I should just delete it, right? I should just ban. There we go. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. If you guys go to the chat at U.S. Army, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. If you guys go to the chat at WTF Nation Radio on the YouTubes, you will see all of it together in there. All of it, all the chats will be melded into one. The way we got things going on. So if you comment on Facebook, all the audio, everyone's like, oh, what chat are you talking about? That's why everyone is now going to the Facebook, to the YouTube page. God, I'm flipping some shit today. The YouTube page, that way they can see all the chats, all melded into one, the all-in-one chat at WTF Nation Radio's YouTube chat. There. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Oh wait, first official Beardo. Man, everyone's Beardo. Restream bot never lets me down. Yeah, exactly that. Everyone's like saying that's the best way to spy on the Facebook comments, because then everyone's like talking shit. Because like, wait a minute, how am I seeing this? It's Paul from Nepal. No, it's not Paul from Nepal. He has a bunch of wingdings and stuff on his stuff, and I haven't seen Paul in a minute. So, all right. So, you guys know what's been going on in the news in the Secretary of War's desk, hot off the press. We got the beard policy to come out, and I'm gonna tell you what, I was kind of chuckling. Well, I was chuckling on the beard thingies. The reason why I was chuckling is because the way it is addressed. We're gonna walk the dog here. We're gonna kind of like dissect this memo, because it is I think it's a 6-page memo or so, 6-page attachment, 6-page memos with a couple attachment. And woo, man, it is everyone's like, shave your face. Everyone's like, it's time. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, the beard stuff. Look, and I will say this to all the black male soldiers that I'm sorry, they get bumps, and you've served with some of your black teammates, and they have their they get shaving bumps like crazy. It's like, ouch. And then it went on to some religious. Once the beard stuff came out with the religious denominations exemptions, and I'm a this and I'm a that, the next thing you know, everybody started getting the beards, and then it went to a specific growth length, and then it went to then it went to just like blah. And do I think that having beards for shaving profiles for like legit fucking medical conditions should be yeah. I mean, fuck it. It's like, dude, they can't help it. I mean, they're constantly shaving their face, and then he gets some work, and then he gets some docs to help him out. Yeah, I got that. But the religious stuff really took off to where individuals changed their religion or have had their religion added to. I am not a religious expert, but just like how the COVID drama happened with the religious exemptions, all of a sudden everyone became a fucking religious expert when it came to religious exemptions for COVID. And then, of course, leaders, the virtue signalers, were fucking literally shit-talking soldiers' religions about COVID. Well, the same thing about the beard shit. Oh, yeah, don't get me started about the tattoo stuff. Oh, man, good Lord, have mercy. The tattoo stuff is I cannot believe that, yeah, exactly that, Recruiter Times. It did. The religious stuff got out of hand. Yeah, exactly. It got crazy. It got to the point where everybody is a Viking. Yes. So one of the things that we'll just real quick, upholding religious liberty within military standards, and you can see a bunch of paragraphs and all this. And what's really funny, if you look at the comments when it comes to beards and all that stuff, the biggest haters are female soldiers. They're the biggest fucking haters when it comes to the beards and what beard standards are. The comments were like flying. Well, there go all the modern day pagans. A lot of the beard stuff, haters. So now it became a ponytail, beard, who can out correct the other. Then it became the ponytail. You can correct my beard, I'm going to correct your ponytail. And then the subordinate soldier says, you need to do PT. When was the last time you got tape? It's getting vicious out there. Smoke pit, be smoking. Love it. So right there, and it's posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments and the Facebook and Instas and the Twitters at U.S. Army WTF Moments. Military departments must act on religious-based requests for exemption grooming standards for face prior to applicants entering into active duty or active duty for training. Now, we provided all the attachments, and everybody was like, oh, man, oh, because the reference A, which is the Secretary of War Memorandum, directs the service grooming policies to be revised to require service members to be clean shaven. The decision authority for grooming standard exemptions for facial hair is the Secretary of the Military Department concerned. Now, you know the Marines like, fuck that shit. Y'all shaving. Air Force is like, do they even go to work? I'm sorry, I don't want to rag. You know, and I'll be honest with you, the Navy, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I'm a little bit to my squabbies, my shipmates out there, I feel a little bit, I have a little more sympathy for them because of where they're at. Like out on ship, the water and use of showers and all that, and I've had some shipmates tell me that they, you know, out there on ship, when there's like a problem with the water, or there's a problem with this, the captain of the boat, the captain of the ship was the boat. Is it a boat? Is a submarine? And a ship is a ship. They will exempt they will lift up some of the personal hygiene standards to include beards, which is, but you know, obviously once the shit gets fixed, then you gotta shave your shit. It got crazy. So seeing content creators who are corrected about hair color, eyebrows, that's a new thing too. Eyebrows. Your beard is not in regs. Oh, well, you're busting tape, which we still haven't had a really good definitive anything on when it comes to height and weight standards and how we do our tapes. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. So, you know, I was just talking to somebody about this too. Military departments must provide training, applicable laws and procedures. Yeah, what was the specific complaint about male soldiers with beard? They were, because male soldiers, Shadow, was because male soldiers were correcting their ponytails, then their retort would be their braids or their beard, I'm sorry. And then the guy would come back with their braids, and then the next, you know, they would bust on their weight, which I just find it funny. We've come full circle that you as a male soldier were to talk shit about any woman's weight, or actually any human male. You don't even have to be in the army, and you talk about weight on a female, that whole fucking drama comes up. That's just reality. So this right here is what kind of got me a little bit, whoa. A sworn statement of attention affirming the requester's belief is sincerely held. False statements may be subject to disciplinary action under Article 107 of the UNJ Justice. A denial of a session or appropriate. A statement describing a specific religious belief that is the basis of the request for the religious exemption. Now, I brought up beard malingering. You know how people like on profile, they don't want to do PT or whatever, they get a permanent fart and they're malingering because they want to get out of something. You're going to do some religious malingering there? So if somebody who is a Muslim or someone who's Abrahamic, or somebody who is, I'll say it, fucking heathen, Viking, whatever. I know I'm already, they're the ones that don't get too offended when you talk about what their classification of religions are. And you talk about it and okay, so what is you, the commander? What makes you the expert? Like how do you go about that process? How do you go about that process? Supporting information or evidence demonstrates the religious belief is sincerely held. I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, don't be scared. Talk standards. No one can, yeah, exactly. No one can do shit if you yourself are in standards. I'm going to tell you what, the same shit happened with COVID. We had young, 6-7 year captains, depending if they went to OCS. We had lieutenant colonels and colonels that all of a sudden became fucking microbiologists when it came to the COVID vaccine, and everyone's saying about the religious exemptions, yada, 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 yada. Everyone immediately jumped on. Everyone all of a sudden became a fucking expert in viruses. The same thing with the beard, and the same thing that's going to happen with this beard shit. Someone's going to file, just like the COVID exemption, someone's going to file an exemption for a beard, and then the beard stuff is going to get stopped. There's going to be some virtue signaling freaking commander out there or leader that's going to say, I don't think you're religious enough. I'm sorry, what's your religion? For example. Unit commanders must provide the following information when forwarding requests to the decision authority. Written statement of the requester's sincerity of what. So what do you say? How do you talk about when you're a Catholic or Protestant? You do your 3 Hail Marys in front of the fucking commander or some shit? You gotta recite some fucking catechism? to prove that you're of said religion? Do you got to get a tattoo on you of a Jerusalem cross or some shit to prove something as well? Do you got to fucking, have so it's, yeah, do you got to have an infidel tattoo? Exactly. So who's going to be the expert? Again, of course, this is up to the service sector. Now, I would think, hang on, I'm thinking, forgive me for thinking. One would think that if you're causing something like this, that you would have, I don't know, you would have some sort of center of beard excellence. You'd have something that would say, hey, man, yeah, exactly that, Recruiter Times. Everyone was suddenly a virologist. As a matter of fact, we did a sergeant's time back in the day. Where, what was it, epidemiologist? What is it? The virologist, whatever. There was a soldier back in the day who was told about whatever and vaccines and whatever, and she told the chain of command, blah, 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 blah. No, that doesn't work, blah, blah. It turns out, well, you're not qualified for this, you're not qualified. It turns out she's been going to school and doing labs, and she was stationed at Fort Stewart. She was doing her life. She was going to school and also the stuff. And she became all that they said that you have to take guidance for. Beer should be go or no go. Shouldn't be based on religion. A beardologist. Yeah, exactly. What would you call that? A follicologist? A follicologist? I can't even pronounce that. Unit commanders and decision authorities may request additional documentation or evidence to attest to the... That's what I'm saying. So now you're going to have fucking watchers out there? What was it like that fucking Recruiter Times? You got that watcher out there? You got Stoney out there looking at your comments? You're going to have some commander that just signed off on your beard request, right? And the next thing you know, he's going to see you at B-Dubs drinking a beer with me. And that person's going to walk up to you and say, okay, isn't it according to your religion you can't drink beer or you can't do this, you can't do that, right? I just, man, assessing the sincerity of religious belief, substantial burden on exercise of religion. So, contextual factors such as circumstances existing at the time of religion, contradiction. I mean, like I said, this is a minefield. It's going to be fucking hilarious. Input from first line supervisor on character and individual and adherence to service values. Isn't that what happened before with the other exemptions? Anyways, I can tell you. Input from a military chaplain on the religious nature of the belief. Input from other sources at the unit commander's discretion. Record of decision. If a requester is determined to have a sincerely held belief to be clean-shaven, a substantial burden to request to exercise religion, but the request is denied, the written decision memorandum must include a clear explanation of the operational risks and concern. Operational risk. Remember now, we've already covered the masks don't fucking do shit. Citations to relevant studies or standards. Wait. Commanders are now fucking beardologists again? Beardologists, I like that. An analysis of our terms on why they deemed insufficient. Explanation of how reporting and accountability, chief personnel. I'm going to just say this fucking beard shit. And of course, it's effective immediately. Now, review process for religious. Again, you can find this on U.S. Army WTF Moments' Insta, Facebook, and Twitter. Shadow says, wait, everyone should have beards if you can grow one. Shadow says, if you're telling me the beards keep the ponytails check, and in return the ponytails keep the beards in check, it's perfect. You're right, right? It should be right. Since the new administration has come out, or since the Army, we decided to do a test at U.S. Army WTF Moments. And we have cataloged every single ponytail, beard, soldier fat in uniform, and have it ready for presentation. Just waiting for that call. Neck beards only. Yeah, exactly that, Shadow. You're right. So if the beards are keeping the ponytails in check, and in return the ponytails are keeping the beards in check, what's the issue, right? Yes. They got their exactly. They got their master's in beardology from Excelsior College. University of Phoenix. Tell them they have fireproof cover over their beard and watch how they shave. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lord have mercy. So I just going through this. The one that caught me is the Religious Freedom Restoration. I mean, they got some legal review stuff in here. Again, you can find all this stuff right here in the. But I just thought it was funny that you guys are really gonna you're really gonna go after somebody for what, religious malingering, beard malingering. You're telling me that if you can't do your job because you have a beard, then we have a way more bigger problem, or allowed in. I know of beard enthusiasts who do just fine wearing their beard. And I too have, in some occasions, have had worn beard. I myself have beard, yes. You should have a beard grow, and if you could grow a beard, then that's your example. Ooh, that's a good one. If you could grow a full beard, you can keep it to standard, you should be able to keep it. Doesn't matter if you have a religious exemption or not. But again, just like the ponytails. Just like that one CSM that gave all the female soldiers ponytails a 6-inch ruler with the collar. And man, is he wrong? I mean, it's kind of like the way I see it, like a uniform thing. You know, you go to the PX, you go to clothing sales, and they have those little measurement things for your ribbon rack and how to measure something from the notch of your collar and all that, right? Those are the same things. The way I saw it, the CSM was just providing a good training aid. But I do find it quite funny when now that the ponytails came out, boy, the circle the wagons on that shit when you correct a ponytail. All the content creators will go out there. You going to correct my ponytail? What about that gut? What does that have to do with anything? Are we going to go in a gut check too? We're going to do no beardos, no fatties, no ponytails. I guarantee it. This tit for tat is going to keep going back and forth, and it's going to get funnier. I find it hilarious. That's just me. You're going to have some neck beard. Yeah, exactly that. What about the neck beards? That's what I'm saying. A gut check is more important than hair. Yes. And I will say this, and I keep saying this is a circular thing, is that a lot of soldiers that we have in units are not authorized to, or they're being like just worked the fuck out of, and the unit does not provide them PT. And everyone says, oh, well, it's an individual responsibility. It's an individual responsibility if that individual gets to fucking do it. And then, of course, with the way our defects are going, you're going to give them, what, tornadoes and fucking monsters now for hearing that? Shadow says, I don't know about that ponytail life. I had a glazed donut in the back. Oh, okay, you wore it in a bun. I was like, oh, you had a glazed donut. We have more new pressing priorities to focus on versus dropping a new beer. Amen to that. Amen to that. How is it that never mind. I don't want to get into operational stuff, but ever notice that when you talk about we don't have enough recruiting is great and all sorts of stuff, and then you talk to the units that you hear about having to send profiles and send canceling surgeries. There's one right now. Leader canceled a soldier's knee surgery because he's got to go into the box. There's no excuse to be fat. You can work 12 to 15 hours and still work out if you allow those individuals to work out. If PT is in your workday. Plenty of times I've had my troops, hey, I'm going to go work out for a sergeant. Or, hey, I'm going to go, you need anything from me? I'm going to go run for something like that. Yeah, fucking A. Whoop, whoop, do it. Again, soldier, there's a lot of, everyone's talking about the whole soldier concept, blah, 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 right? Well, there's a lot you can't just like not do a bunch of them and then, oh yeah, the soldier's not, whatever. So there is an excuse, But the command, that's what I'm saying. At what point are you responsible for it as a leader or an organization, or are you responsible for it as an individual? If you're I mean, come on, have you seen soldiers in social media that are doing like a change of command or a change of responsibility? No, I agree, Sean. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. If you have opportunity to go fucking get a good workout in or go do a quick run, then you can play the Xbox and then you can play, you can do your PT, then hell yeah. Fuck yeah. There's that balance. But if you don't have that balance, yeah. Distractions. What about the mold in the barracks? Oh, yeah. What about it? It's still happening. It's still happening. What about your, well, I'm sorry. That other message didn't roll in there. Anyways. What was the next one? There was another beard issue. I just want to make sure I am correct on this. I want to go off on half, With age comes ballast. Amen. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Jay. Age comes ballast. Soldiers no longer stick to training because sections are now dictating priorities. You got S1 troops coming out of ODAR 30 to process war. Op sections running training events with minimal support. Joe's not getting schools. Yes. 100%. The school situation, man. Did you guys see that post that we did? I guess it was at Fort Riley. There were some soldiers are not going to get the Ranger slots, but then they always say, how come soldiers don't go to Ranger school? I'll be honest with you, every opportunity that you should get to go to Ranger school out of IET and stuff like that you should be allowed a soldier to go, should be held against you. I know the tab checks are coming back now. The pre-GWAT was all about tab checks and who didn't go to Ranger school and who did this, and then the GWAT happened. And all of a sudden, that kind of went by the wayside unless you obviously were part of the 75th Ranger Regiment. And then now that's coming back. Some of the pre-GWAT stuff that's coming back, it's hilarious. I'm even seeing soldiers fucking press their ACUs. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I can call myself old. When we had uniforms to iron, I'm like, fuck, there's some bonding moments that you would have, in the barracks, right? Yeah, boot polishing parties. Oh yeah, man. Did you go downtown? Yeah, man. Went to the club and all this and hanging out and all. Yeah, that was cool, right? The uniforms came out and changed where you didn't have to do anything with your boots. You had to do anything with uniforms. And now I'm starting to see, yes. Leaders are now talking about pressing your uniform using starch. Nah. So anyways, I digress. So if you guys checked out at a U.S. Army Human Resources Command, there was something that came out that kind of like perked my ears up, perked a lot of bring back school to soldier. Oh man, see that's the thing. Like Mike said in the comments, that takes a lot of resources out to run it. If you're not going to have, here's the thing, if you're not going to have a section to staff school of the soldier, I remember that, school of the soldier back in the day. School standards, too, they used to call it. SOS, yeah. School of soldier, school standards, whatever. If you don't have the personnel to run it, and then you wonder why personnel actions are not happening, it's because you're not, whatever. Shit, no. Send them to the China cleaners on Yatkin. Yeah, or send it, or drop your boots off at Ramon's at the boot shop. We're off of Riley Road. But I Sean goes back again. No excuse, my friend. There shouldn't be any fat soldiers. They know what to do. They decide to do the opposite. It's not always the fucking troops, though, Sean. That's what I'm saying, bro. It isn't, man. I agree with you. But if you work the dog piss out of your fucking soldiers and not give them any time at all, and then you're saying, how come I'm not doing it? At this point, are you a manager or are you a leader? All-star yak, and everyone's dropping. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's dropping the recommendations. That's a Fort Bragg. That's Fort Bragg crew. That's right. All the way. I'm digressing again. All right. So this is one of the school update. Right here, the tuition assistance policy. Man. Policy update. The Army Continuing Education Division, ASED, is announcing upcoming updates, tuition assistance, and credentialing assistance, and of course, with the effective of the publication AR 621-5. The updates are commander approval. Command approval will be required for all tuition assistance requests. Soldiers with 2 recruitment actions in the same fiscal year will be suspended from TA or CA. Credentialing assistance is CA. So when I say TA and CA, I'm not talking about, TNA or, California. Command approval will be required for all CA requests. Commissioned officers will no longer be eligible for CA. Man. So all those officers getting all them degrees and stuff, getting all that stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do my degree completion program to get my master's and all. Yeah, no. Soldiers with 2 recruitment actions in the same fiscal year, again, of course, will be suspended from requesting a CATA for 12 months. Let me see what, I'm going to make sure I get this right here. Okay, that's the other stuff. Now, a lot of individuals are like now saying, wait a minute, I can't just sign up for school on my own or whatever. Now my commander has to go over my, guess what? The commander has always had to do that. I think the commanders are getting that power back, I guess. Sean, I get it, bro. Why are you attacking me? I mean, I passed all my PT tests and I'm retired, so I'm good. Mike says you can't be a fat Joe at Bragg. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. The juice is always dead. Yeah, you ain't lying, right? Don't fucking walk on our dens. Don't walk on our dens. Why these changes matter is they're designed to support the long-term sustainability of the Army education benefit and preserve resources for soldiers where they're most needed. Increase leader involvement. I like that. I love leader involvement. It also brings the Army closer alignment with education policies across the other services. It's always been like that, though. I've always remembered having to have the tuition assistance stuff that needed to be signed by the commander. And you guys are in the comments. I love it. You guys are throwing some good comments in there. I love it. Keep them coming. Keep it coming. So, how does it... New life event? Oh, man. This is updating your deers. I'm sorry. So now there's questions to this. Are soldiers going to be micromanaged too much? Or, commanders? Oh, my God. Yeah. Woof. Go to a heavy unit. You ain't lying? Oh, man, on the point, Sean. On the point. Being stationed at Bragg all this time. Living the airborne life. Living the airborne loca. Loved it. I have a great time. I go from Fort Bragg to Germany, and God. Sean, the entire command is heavy. What are you talking about? Go to a heavy unit. The entire country is heavy. I could not believe my eyes at the heft of troops that I saw there. I couldn't believe it. I even got told to leave my Fort Bragg shit back at North Carolina. I literally got told that. Like, what? I was like Joe Pesci in that meme. What the fuck is this piece of shit? You couldn't rag on him. You couldn't say shit. People got offended. Oh my God. Who's your NCO was always the question. And then they ended up being, oh, I heard you disrespecting me. You talking shit about me. No, dude, you got a fat troop. Somebody posted a question in the comments there. Sir, my TA request is in your inbox for approval. Checks the long range training account. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We have JRTC followed by layouts in that quarter. Try later next time. That is exactly how it happened in the Army. Like before you couldn't do it. Like a lot of the situations too, to bring the commanders back in the fold, I think is good because that way you have soldiers that are requesting to take a test. to do it. Oh yeah, Hood's the same way. Take a test, and they got to get them out of the field because they did a TOE stands for tired of walking. And you're like, wait a minute, how did you? Oh, I'm enrolled in college. I'm in a college class. I didn't fucking know that. How did you fucking? Did you sign? Did you sign that? No. But then again, I also see the tuition, see the recruitment stuff. The soldiers get too many recruitments. Hey, what's up, Sam? How you been, man? You get too many recruitments, and of course, it's going to put the soldier out of their cash. And again, this is all this stuff. We could be this hard on Joe Schmo, and we have officers in CO FAT, but we want to get on that private stuff that's only been in for 2 points. Yeah, you ain't lying. It should be the leaders. It should be a check. It should be a peer check, up and down, peer to peer. What was that other thing about the deers? Let me check that out. You need to update your deers records when you update your certain life events. Oh, I qualify for this one a lot, big time, man. Marriage or divorce? Yeah, I've as a divorce enthusiast, I've had plenty of divorces to go through, and it's a pain in the butt. So just real quick right there, look at that. This is also a new life event. This is on the U.S. Army Human Resources Command Facebook page. Social media stuff. Update your, yeah, exactly. Yep, that's where it's at. It's right there. Army NISCR. Let's peruse the timeline on HRC. A lot of individuals didn't even realize that they had that most of these nutritional. Oh, I didn't know we had a dietitian. We have a dietitian MOS. Is that where you send your soldiers that are fat? Sergeant Pork Dick does not approve. Hey man, I still do PT, even my old retired ass. I still do it. Teach, mentor, train, and develop a soldier. We often get about that last part, develop. Exactly. I did not know we had a military. This is National Nutrition Month. Boy, we just rolled right into that, talking about PT and standards and all that. A lot of people forget the general military authority gives you the right to correct anyone. Just always be tactful when doing so. Tact is actually part of a leadership attribute, so I could see that. I guess some of my reactions when I went from Fort Bragg to a heavy unit, damn, dude, are you hurt or you got an allergic reaction to something? You got some kidney issues or something like that? Remember that flying out of my mouth when I came back from Fort Bragg and I didn't say that. I just said, dude, are you good? Did you get stung by a bee? Bending over is not PT. CJ. Oh man, I gotta fan myself with my AER propaganda here. Make sure you donate to AER. Oh, I forgot to take the screen down. My bad. I was like wondering how come nobody can see the AER thing. There you go. Kablam. There you go. There you go. Make sure you donate to AER, supporting soldiers and their families since 1942. You guys also want to check out on the WTF Nation Radio's YouTube page, where we interviewed the CEO of AER, CSM, Sergeant Major of the Army retired. Grinston is the CEO, and he was on Sarge's Time to Shoot the Shit. He took a couple personal jabs at me about my Jumpmaster tryouts. Hey, but I'm still Jumpmaster. Didn't matter. I still made it. A dietitian MOS after we fed our GWAT leaders lobster steak and chicken tenders every other day during the war. Yeah, I was about to say, just like Sean said earlier. Sean said earlier about PT. It's all about the consistency and keeping your schedule up, making sure you're checking on your Joes to make sure you're doing. And I agree with 100% on that. Put those kids on a battle rhythm. PT is a battle rhythm, part of the battle rhythm. So, yeah, dietitian MOS. I mean, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Shadow says, yes, it is PT. Oh, oh, Lord have mercy. I found myself once again. That's what she said. My apologies. I'm going off track. This is supposed to be professional leadership podcast here. All right. Next thing. We covered that. We covered the beard stuff. We covered the review with that. You should get Troxler back on. Yeah, man. Retired SEAC. Troxler came on. Troxler. I cannot speak English. John Wayne Troxler. He came on and shot the shit with us. Oh my God, it was hilarious. That pod was hilarious. Again, check it out on the WTF Nation Radio's YouTube page. Hilarious. Okay, so real quick on a serious note, you guys have noticed we were posting a lot of calls for attendances, and again, we get these calls for attendances. We like to get them at least 72 to 48 hours out, so that way we can post it quick, and that way it's enough time. The way algorithms work, if we post it and it's the next day, you guys won't see it until the day of. So we like to do it like 72 hours out at best, so that way it can get posted up. We also get the obituaries and family members to provide us the information. So when you see something get posted up, it's the family's request to do so. I know there's a lot of individuals that got mad and said we needed to post something and it's got to be specific. We 100% will respect the family's wishes on how it goes up on our platforms, which generally we post on the U.S. Army WTF Moments' Facebook page and Instagram. So that way you guys can that's the more centralized posts to get our inboxes in line with when someone says, hey, this is not right, or hey, this needs to be corrected, or this needs to be fixed, or whatever. So the last the one we had was posted about 16 hours ago, and it was for Charles Joseph McNeil. And I'm just again, there was some fighting inside. I won't say some fighting, but some back and forth on the comments of another call for attendance, and so he's going to be buried. Let me see what was the timeline on that one. Was going to be family and friends may call, which will do a visit from 6 to 8 p.m. on Sunday, March 22nd, and the committal services military honors will be at 11 a.m. on Monday. Again, we like to get these things, 72 hours, 48 hours is really cutting it close. So the sooner the better. And the reason why, like I said, is so that way if there's anything that we post up, we want to talk to the family. Just like when I was talking about the way the VA with casualty assistance agents is what I would call them. So appreciate the team helping out and knocking out all the specifics. Somebody got a little upset, a little belligerent, and I don't know if they were just joking or it was in bad taste. I would say it's in bad taste, but when we post these calls for attendances, these are not, they're not for you to, that's not for like memeing, and that's not for joking around. And we want to keep the drama down. We obviously will a family member will see that, and they'll get in the comments themselves. And the last thing they need to see is your bullshit. If you're a fucking, you want to be a troll and you post it up on there, they don't deserve to see that. The one-on-one is for Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw. You guys know he was the individual that was killed at Old Dominion University, and I'll post this back up again because I was gonna do a recap of the calls for attendances. If you guys go to the Facebook page and Instagram at U.S. Army WTF Moments, you'll see that we have posted already. We're at the request of the family. His families would like this to be open to anyone who wants to attend. So I was asked to get this out one more time. Saturday, March 21st is going to be the final viewing in Portsmouth, Virginia. Presidential Funeral Services, 1629 High Street, Portsmouth. Am I saying it? Portsmouth, Virginia, correctly. Celebration of Life is going to be the Chartway Arena, 4320 Hampton Boulevard, Norfolk, on Sunday. So doors will open at 12. And that right there, I did get a word that they will probably obviously do the high vis of this call for attendance. Well, more than likely have security checks. I will not say more likely, they probably will have security checks, obviously do the high vis again. So this is not the place to throw your little freaking quips, comments, and drama. Like I said, there was somebody who got mad at us stating that we should have on another call for attendance that we should have posted why they died, or why what was it? Well, on the behind the scenes, we do We actually track. Was this a green star? You know, a suicide? Was this a KIA? Was this training accident? Whatever. We get a lot of this information from the families, and also I want to say again, the families ask us. This is the details that we want to post. These are the details that we want to release. Can't blame them. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at the family. That's just the respect of their wishes. The one that we just had, I think that is the 21st as well. Let me pull this one up here. I heard the dumbest shit from some veterans protesting today. They were saying that they joined the military for free college training, but not to go to war. Yeah, nobody told them. Right, or exactly that. The other call for attendance is one of the casualties from Operation Epic Fury. This is Major Court. We did the best we can. Now, again, when we get these calls for attendances, Facebook and Instagram can only let us put in so many characters on the page. So for that, his service is going to be on the 21st at the Haven Worship Center in Winter Haven, 1835 Overlook, Winter Haven. Again, these are all posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments' Instagram and Facebook pages. And then the funeral service is going to be at the Haven Worship Center on the 21st at 12 p.m., Winter Haven, Florida. And then the interment is going to be at the Florida National Cemetery in Bushnell, Florida, at 2 p.m. on the 23rd. So again, these are the posts that we wanted to get out tonight, so that way you guys are aware. And again, all this information, all you have to do is find the page. Everyone, you got to teach Mima and Pop how to use Facebook, because we've already had some individuals that got mad that say we didn't post it or we did. I'm like, no, you guys just gotta scroll, look at the pictures, and you guys will see the additional information on the page. There was another one. I just want to double check to make sure we have all of the calls for attendances up. And there's another one here for Sergeant Braden Andrew Bowman, age 26, Springfield, Missouri. Graveside service. Matter of fact, let me put his picture up since I did all the other ones. There you go. Braden Andrew Bowman, Sergeant, age 26, Springfield, Missouri. Military graveside service will be at 10 a.m. Monday, March 23rd at the Whitechapel Memorial Garden Cemetery, 5234 West State Highway, EE, Echo, Springfield, Missouri. And again, if you know some of these individuals that we post, if you know about, feel free to post up your comments of remembrance of these individuals that have passed. I'm kind of perturbed. It's disturbing to see unit pages that have all this history behind them, years of service, years of whatever, only to see them post up, this page will be deactivated in accordance with blah, 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 blah. And some unit pages have been around since the beginning of Facebook. And it's really heartbreaking to see some of the memorials, some of the memorials, the what do they call that? Individuals speaking highly of them, praising the praise, the memorials, seeing all that stuff. It's heartbreaking to see that units are now dismantling all of their social media pages from, they're just commands. Hey, this in accordance with blah, blah, blah is going to get cut in accordance with blah, 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 blah. We are now going to move over to this page. And then you go over that page, you look over it, and you'll notice that it's got, like I said, since Facebook started, from the GWAT, pre-9/11, it's not really, like historical stuff, the museum shit, but it's just, like I said, it's heartbreaking. We should be able to see all that stuff. There should be like a super social media page, and everyone's like, well, just use David's. I mean, Is every single PAO, is every single page manager going to be able to get all that stuff uploaded? Man, it's going to be hard. But I would hope that would have had like, and don't deactivate the page. Just say this page will no longer be monitored or blah 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 blah. This page is for it's just for historical purposes, and then close it, close everything, close the comments or something like that, and say this page will now be directed to. Because again, for me, I'm all about military history and keeping the heritage, traditions, and all that. It's really hard to see like this. If the unit was posting this, or an organization was posted out on their Facebook page, and then they were given guidance that their page is going to get shut down because of the new directive that's coming out, just sad. So that's my little ache on it right now about that. Do you think? Not the PAO's fault. I'm about to say that. It's not the PAO's fault. So, man, party, freaking, time went fly. Time flew. It's already time for freaking close up, man. Yeah. I'll tell you what, before I do housekeeping, is there anybody that, is there anybody that wants to throw in a comment right there to jib jab? Because I feel like time has gone by too fast. It's like already like freaking, it's already the end of the show. It's already almost the end of the show. I got to do housekeeping and stuff. Got to break out the lemon pledge and do all the, it feels weird. I mean, you guys are blabbing, and I appreciate everyone's feedback in the comments, but man, holy crap, this went pretty fast. What about the recent alerts? Oh yeah. Head on a swivel, guys. Head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. If you are in an installation and you see something, say something. At this point now, just report it, call it up. It's better to be safe than sorry. Suspicious bag. Some unsavory individuals look like they're casing out something. There was a shoot. Yeah, that's what I cut. Holloman Air Force Base. Thank you for that reminder. There was a shooting that occurred at Holloman Air Force Base. Let me pull up the public affairs notice. Yeah, well, you guys are good right now. You guys are on it. There we go. So there's a shooting that occurred at Holloman Air Force Base on March 17th. The base near the base shop resulted in one person injured and one other person declared deceased at the scene. The injured individual is an active duty service member assigned to Holloman Air Force Base and is currently in stable condition. For privacy reasons, the name of the injured will not be released. The deceased was a civilian and military veteran previously stationed at Holloman Air Force Base. The name of the deceased will not be released pending notification of next of kin. This was an isolated incident, and there's no ongoing threat to our community. Based on the current investigation, the incident was domestic related, but the individuals were not married. Huh? We asked that. Okay, now then the next line. We asked that individuals avoid speculating on social media regarding the incident out of respect for the families involved. I think the sentence could have been, this was an isolated incident and there is no ongoing threat to our community. The incident, I think what should have been the next sentence should be the last sentence. This incident is under investigation and additional details will be provided as they become available. And then you provide your comments. Then you provide your further statement. It became the public affairs world in the military. Yeah, exactly that, Holly. What the fuck, exactly? The public affairs world is having an issue. There was a post that we posted that was a direct quote from the Old Dominion, a terrorist attack, and the way it was written. Now, again, we take stories from the media, and we'll put the comment. We'll get an excerpt there, and then we'll from the article. And then we'll put the article in the comments, because sometimes it won't, for some reason, Facebook is getting stupid and not allowing you to share it, whatever. So we did that so we could highlight the picture of Colonel Shaw. Now, here's the thing. We don't give a fuck about the terrorist. I mean, we obviously, there's other stories that we could talk about it on the Monday edition. But everyone was crazy. Is that everyone was going crazy because the the ROTC students that killed the shooter, the terrorist, gave the quote. The briefing, the press briefing was they rendered him no longer alive. And it's like everybody is freaking. I mean, that's a quote, because obviously you guys know now that the facts have come out that the students subdued the terrorist and ended his life. I'm curious to see what the details on that one too, how they fucking took out that piece of shit. So now everyone's talking about, okay, well, what's the proper use of death, or what's the proper use of everyone's talking about the way the way articles are written. It made it seem like Colonel Shaw was the shooter, and I'm like, I mean, how everybody knew what happened. It's already out there. It's been in the news cycle for 12 hours, and it's obvious that Colonel Shaw was not the shooter. All this Air Force stuff in New Mexico, did they find the veteran that went missing there? As a matter of fact, Holly, they've not. They've not found the veteran that's missing out there, who was a general. He was a general officer that worked did the I think the UFO stuff. Hang on, let me. I know you're talking. Let me pull this up right quick, because we did a call. We did a BOLO, I guess you would say, or a missing, or a green, what we call a green alert. Well, they call it a silver alert in civilian. So what we're doing now, because you guys haven't known, if you guys see green alert, what's green alert mean? That means a veteran or a service member has gone missing. Now, the civilians use silver alert or amber alert or ebony alert or whatever alert to highlight an individual that's missing. So this is William Caslin, and if you could find him on, you can find this post right here on our Facebook page and Instagram. Retired Major General William McCaslin. I can't even pronounce his name. McCaslin. Now, of course, everyone's dropping the tinfoil on this because of where he worked. And so this right here, still no update yet. As a matter of fact, let's go to Missing People of America and see if they got an update on this. So this website that you see, Missing People in America, we usually coordinate with them on some of our posts. They'll hit us up and say, hey, we got another veteran that's missing or whatever. So when General McCaslin came up, then, so there's no, I don't see any update. Let me go up to the, let's see, because and they're pretty quick to update. I mean, as a matter of fact, when we get a post posted up, look at all those missing and located. Oh, it's so sad to see the deceased ones. You can see these guys and gals are busy on that page. The admins, there we go. He's still considered missing. So it's a missing child. So he's still missing. So he's been missing since February 27th. So that answers the question, Holly, on that one. That's the William McCaslin, Major General, Air Force. And everyone's talking about the work that he used to do with UAPs and all this other stuff. I have no idea. All I do know is that the tinfoil on this, on his case, is has got everybody's spidey senses going. So, anyways, all right, I think that's it. Let me double check to make sure I got nothing else on my notes here. Yeah, exactly that. He's a UFO guy. That's what I'm saying. He's like, yeah. I think that's it. It's on my notes. Okay. All right. So, this is Sergeant's time. If you guys know, y'all, I got a guest coming up. I think I got a guest coming up. I'm excited. Got a guest. Let's see, let me open up my notes here. Pew, pew. Can't wait. I think I got a writer. I think I got some dude. Let me look at my calendar. Got some dude being another dude, playing another dude. Thanks, Shadow. I appreciate it. There we go. All right. I have, let's see. I think I got an author coming up, and I do have an author coming up because I've been reading excerpts of his book. I've been going through and reading it. If you guys are, anybody of anybody running for office, hit us up. We cover all parties, and we ask the good questions. Most of the comments come from you guys, anyways. So if you guys know anybody that's running for office, to say, hey, you should go on WTF Nation Radio for WTF Nation Decides. We always are welcoming on both sides of the aisle. We have some good conversations. We go back and forth on a lot of issues, but it's always good to see the veteran community go out there, and sometimes not even the veteran community. Anyways, so I got a guest on Monday. Walk Among Heroes, James McDevitt. This right here is he talks about how do I say this? This is a World War II novel. This deals in World War II. And I'm almost thinking that this would be like one of those Netflix series and shit that you should watch. This is like, the lives of soldiers and veterans and family members going through you didn't know I read? Man, shut up, Musa. I do read. Sometimes I get my Arabic, my Kurdish, and German, and Spanish and English all confused, but I could read. And my Ethiopian Amharic, I could read. So through the eyes of TJ, a young soldier returning from war, and Smitty, a World War ace, haunted by the ghosts of his past, the story weaves through a rich tapestry of interconnected lives that defies time, and it's a novel masterful bridges two wars. It's kind of like how GWAT veterans relate to their family members that were Vietnam veterans, kind of like that. And so it's pretty good. So I'm reading it right now, and yes, I could read ass. I'm reading it right now, and it's pretty decent. And again, it's James McDevitt. I hope I pronounce his name right. I know people I get upset when people confuse my name. What's up, Ton? No, busted balls never gets old. I know, Musa, you're just breaking balls. I like him salam. Anyways, so he's gonna be on the Monday edition. He's gonna be shooting the shit with me. I can't wait because I've been going through the books already, and I do appreciate the book to read. So it's one of those things that I get time in between through the hustle and bustle, kind of like read, and the weather's getting great too. So it's a good reading. It's good reading. So I can't wait for him to join us. Also, don't forget, we have 7 days a week. We got shows 7 days. Well, we have, the reason why I say 6 because FTX is a bi-weekly show. And so when they come on, the crew comes on, it's bi-weekly. So you guys already know that we have Sergeant's Time right now, and then we got let me pull this out here. Let me fix my picture. I should do it like how gamers do it and put put me at the bottom real small. Yeah, I was thinking about that, like a green screen behind me, so that way I'm moving around like that, like how all the other creators do. So the Sergeant's Time every Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. FTX bi-week or playing week, it doesn't matter. Every other week is FTX. That's where CQ and the crew at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio play tabletop gaming. So you might see somebody that you served with or whatever, and like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Who's that? Great games. They got some great stuff. They got a little initiative going with some cards. I'll let the crew do it. Explain that. CQ will explain that. And then of course, a Saturday is weekend co-ops with Nemo, playing all the games. Whatever game he's streaming or whatever game he's playing, yep, good to go. You got Lottie Dottie. Everybody joins on that one. That's a fun stream to go on. I know last week he played The Division 2. I love that game. That's a fun game. Division 2. I can't wait for Ace Combat to come out. And you see the 3 coming soons because we do have 3 coming soons. We are in the foundry, knocking out and going, at the whiteboard. CQs. We're the whiteboard back. We're always planning and scheming. And then, of course, on Sunday, it is the reset with Dr. J at noon Eastern Standard Time. Great show. Great. Everybody, there's a new map on the division. Oh, snap. Division 2 or Division 1? I don't think he's coming back. He can't. Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Susan. Yeah, if you had some, well, what division? Are we talking about the Division 1 or Division 2, Pip? Don't leave me hanging here. So drop the answer in there while I'm talking. So anyways, 2. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me know. I got the little one that, I got baby ice that likes to jump on the game and play GTA, and he likes to play GTA, and he likes to play GTA Online. He doesn't play the story. GTA Online, and he plays Star Trek Online. So if you see a Klingon bird of prey jacking you up online, then that's probably my kid. Anyways, great reception so far with Dr. J at the Reset, trauma therapist, Doc. She's not your therapist, but she is a good therapist. All of her shows, everyone's very, very, very great. Very great. Very great. I'm sounding like somebody else. It's very great feedback. Bigly. I'm so glad that she's on. So, at any rate, she comes on Sundays at noon Eastern Standard Time. And of course, at 1900 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is The King and Me with the actual King Smith and Michelle. The Monday edition with myself and Massey. Man, Massey, he's been on the road. You guys been seeing Massey music? We're gonna share his socials. Man, that guy's our man Massey. Everyone who likes to say he's my little clone, he's rocking it on the music scene. North Carolina. I think I might be able to hit a North Carolina date. And more to follow on that one, because he plays up and down the East Coast, and he goes out west. So he might hit, freaking Tennessee. Yeah. Alabama and stuff like that. He might hit, I might join him in a fucking North Kakalaki event. So who knows? But he's my co-host. We're gonna start, I was talking to a couple of content creators today, and several of them that have been guest co-hosts before, way back in the past, are, want to join me to come back again. So I'm, pretty fucking stoked, because I will say, yeah, any of my co-hosts that want to come on, and former co-hosts and guest co-hosts that have joined me, guest co-hosts, I can't say that word, guest co-hosts. Anyways, so that's Monday edition. Of course, Tuesday's Pop Culture Warrior, Michael Carrasquillo, CQ, the Pop Culture Warrior, with his angry staff of Mad Mike and Mad Melf, Mad Milf, Mad Mike and Angry Elf. I tell him I said that. Smoke Pit on Wednesdays. Smoke Pit on Wednesdays. TZ Radar taking a break, and then of course that's a late show at and then the Sports Bar at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the same day, and then Sergeant's Time with moi once again. So that we're broadcasting live on 5 different platforms. We're on 2 Facebook pages. Actually, all the shows are starting to have their own pages. So pretty soon you might see a page separate from the main core of WTF Nation Radio. So Sergeant's Time has a page. The Monday edition has a page. Weekend Co-ops has a page. The King and Me has a page. CQ has a page. Smoke Pit has a page. We're starting to grow the pages. So when a show is broadcasting, we're broadcasting on the 2 core pages, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, plus the other page. So Sergeant's Time. So we're on 3 Facebook pages. Does that make sense? 3 Facebook pages. 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. And of course, X. But we also are now hitting our podcast library. So now, instead of you having to, go on YouTube, you can go on any of these podcasts right here. I mean, it might be a little hard to see. You may be able to download your podcast from Apple Podcasts. Just go to WTF Nation Radio, cycle through the shows, and then bam, download it. Podcast Index, Spotify, Cast-O-Matic, Amazon Music, Castro, Castbox, Fountain, CurioCaster, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Overcast, Pandora, Podcast Guru, Podcast, Pocket Casts, Pod LP, Podcast Addict, Podverse, and of course my favorite, only because of the play on words, True Fans. That's where you can hear us for on the voice side. So I'm excited. It's great to see all this stuff starting to come back and seeing all these shows, man. Like I said, the team is working on the hard behind the scenes on the drawing board in the meme factory. I think that's it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You guys got anything for me? Any other comments? Any other shake and bakes? Anything I got going on here? So all right, I think that's it. So I see you, Pip. I'll get that DM and we'll shoot the shit. All right, y'all have a night. Y'all have a good night, and see you. Shots. Have a great weekend.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.